I've been thinking about how dead our bedroom is lately.
What? I thought you were happy with how things were going.
It's always the same thing. I want to be able to explore a bit more, but you're so uptight. You refuse to try any of the things I want to do.
Where is this coming from? And I don't think texting is the best way to discuss this.
If I tried to talk about it in person, I would have to see that angry face you make. Then you would start badgering me and saying that you can't help it and that you're tired after working and taking care of the kids. Let's be honest, those are just excuses.
But we have alone time several times a week.
But it's so boring. I want to spice things up a bit.
Well, I've told you that I'm willing to try new things. You just want to do things that make me very uncomfortable.
That's why I think we should open up our relationship.
You think we should what?
Open up our relationship. I can find a woman who's willing to experiment and try new things, and you can have the same boring stuff you like. Come on, it's a win-win.
Of all of the things you've asked me to do, this makes me the most uncomfortable.
So are you willing to try new things then?
Within reason, yes. Just not the things you keep pressing me to do.
Then you should be fine with me experimenting with someone else. I have needs you aren't fulfilling.
If you helped me more around the house, I wouldn't be so tired, you know?
There you go, blaming me. Look, I've given you a simple solution. You need to open your mind and try to make me happy.
What about the vows we took, Jamie?
I'm not saying that we should get attached to other people. They're just there for fun.
I don't work that way.
Well, you don't have to find other partners. I'm sure I can keep you happy while getting my own needs taken care of elsewhere. See how generous I am?
We are going to talk about this when I get home.
I already told you I don't want to have to listen to your nagging.
I'll reserve a table at your favorite restaurant, and I'll get my sister to look after our kids.
Okay, but don't make me regret this. Okay, you had another month. You better see now that this is what's best for everyone. Because if not, I'm gonna have to start considering divorce.
You really aren't going to let this go, are you?
Is that not what you were hoping for? Because no, I'm not going to let it go. Obviously, you don't understand how miserable your vanilla lifestyle makes me.
My vanilla lifestyle?
I haven't been subtle about this. I want to be able to start seeing other people. And if you aren't willing, I think it's time to end things. Otherwise, I'm just gonna resent you.
You aren't worried that I'll end up resenting you?
I'm the breadwinner, so no. You need me. But I don't really need you.
I see. Well, if you feel that way, okay.
So you agree we can start seeing other people?
Yes, if that's what you really want, I guess so.
Remember, you don't have to see anyone else. It can just be me. It's not like anyone would be interested in you anyway. You're so much bigger than you used to be. What man in his right mind would want someone as frumpy as you?
You don't have to be so mean.
I'm just trying to warn you. If you get your hopes up, you'll be crushed. Then you might try to close up the relationship.
Don't worry about that, but I want to make sure that you realize that I won't want to get physical with you anymore.
What?
And I won't expect you to be physical with me.
That suits me fine. Just remember you said it, not me.
Don't worry, I'll remember.
Fantastic. So I've got a date tonight. Don't wait up for me.
So you basically contacted me and you were already set to date someone?
Yeah, I told you I wasn't gonna wait for you to make up your mind. I know how slow you are to make decisions. Anyway, you won't need to make me dinner or lunch. I plan to get my fill of everything tonight. Hey, Elise. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't give me a fake number.
No, this is my number. You can talk to me, you know.
I have to say, I'm pretty surprised that you were willing to go out with me. I mean, I saw the ring on your finger. Are you a widow?
No, I'm married, but my husband insisted on opening up our relationship.
Wait, you're in an open marriage?
Yeah, but don't worry, I know you aren't interested in me like that.
What do you mean?
I know I'm not the most attractive woman in the room. And with my stretch marks, oof.
Hold up. First off, I think you're the most beautiful woman at the gym. And I don't think the stretch marks look bad. If you weren't married, I would ask you out in a heartbeat.
Really?
Yeah. But since you are married, I don't know that I want the drama that comes with it. I mean, how many stories have you heard where one person says they're in an open relationship, but that's a lie?
There are some pretty messed up stories about that, but I really am.
Hold up. I want to talk to you in person.
Sure, I'm just finishing up getting dressed. I'll be out of the locker room in a few minutes.
Cool. Because if you really are in an open relationship, I really would like to take you out sometime.
Really? Why?
Because you're gorgeous, intelligent, and funny as hell.
You really believe that?
Absolutely. And if you don't mind my saying, if your husband doesn't see it, I'll be more than happy to help you see the truth.
You're embarrassing me.
Do you mind letting me talk to your husband to make sure what you said is true?
Go for it. He's been out on dates several times a week for months now.
What about you? Have you been dating?
No, I didn't think anyone would be interested.
Wow. Okay, we have to change that. Go on and pull up your husband's number. Is he being serious?
When it comes to me, he's always serious.
He sounds like a real jerk.
He has his good points. It's just the past year or so, he's gotten to be a bit demanding.
The way he talks about you is really... Just know that I don't agree with him at all.
Well, it's not like you would know.
He's calling you an ice queen in the bedroom.
When he decided to open up the relationship, I told him that I didn't want to be physical with him anymore.
Why are you still married then?
Because I still love him.
He just doesn't care what I do to you. And he's being so loud. How can you not hear what he's saying?
I can hear.
And it doesn't bother you? I mean, he's being so condescending. And I don't agree with anything he's said so far.
He knows me better than anyone. And he's not saying anything that he hasn't told me hundreds of times.
Well, he said that I'm welcome to you. If that's the case, I would like to ask you to go out with me this Friday. And don't worry, I'm not expecting you to jump right into bed with me. It's just a date.
Are you sure?
100%. If you say yes, I'll make sure that you have a great time.
Okay. Yes, I'll go out with you.
Fantastic. If you send me your address, I'll pick you up.
Actually, would it be okay if I meet you there?
Sure, whatever makes you comfortable. I just want to spend the evening with you.
Okay. I'll need to get a sitter for the night, but I can meet you anywhere after 6 p.m.
Can't your husband take care of the kids?
He's not home most nights over the weekend. We really don't see him much.
Okay. I'll get things set up. Then we'll send you the details.
Sounds good. What should I wear?
Do you have work on Friday?
Yes, but I leave around 2 to get my eldest to his piano lessons. After that, it's usually a mess of running around to sports and instruments. By 5:30, things settle down.
That doesn't leave much time.
I always have dinner ready, so I can slip away a bit earlier if my sister can show up not long after 5.
I promise to make it worth your time.
I'm looking forward to it.
If you're half as excited as I am, this should be a lot of fun.
Do you have a few minutes?
For you, always.
Well, I've been wondering... I've been thinking...
What, is something wrong? Do I need to come over again?
No, nothing like that. It's just... when I'm with you, I don't want to leave.
Oh, I feel the same way.
Really? But I'm married. Part of the agreement was that we weren't supposed to develop feelings for our partners.
I'm sorry, Elise, but you're such a wonderful woman. I don't see how I couldn't fall for you.
I am not sure what to do from here. I don't want to make problems for my kids. They don't deserve to come from a broken home.
Elise, you know that I care about you deeply, right?
Yes, and that's part of the problem.
Okay, well, hear me out, please.
Okay.
Your husband is almost never home. Apart from a couple of times during the week, he's never around.
I know. Are you trying to hurt me?
No. I'm trying to point out that you're basically a single mother now. In the past 3 months, who has spent more time with you and the kids?
You have. If you don't want to, please just tell me. I'll get a sitter.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I love your kids. Almost as much as I love spending time with you. Hugs back to you too. But what I wanted to say was, at this point, how do you even consider yourself married?
That's a horrible thing to say. I made vows and I don't want to go back on them.
I understand that, but remember, the only reason we met was because your husband threatened to divorce you if you didn't agree to an open relationship.
But I did agree.
Honestly, did you want an open marriage?
Of course not. This wasn't what I envisioned when I got married.
I understand, and I really don't think this is healthy for you, at all.
I don't know where you get off thinking you can criticize my marriage.
Because your husband constantly puts you down. You say that he constantly complains about the kids. Look, I care about you, and I don't like seeing you so unhappy.
I think we need to stop seeing each other.
If that is what you want, I'll respect that. I won't like it, but I'm not gonna further complicate your life. I hope you eventually understand how much better you deserve. Take care of yourself, Elise. I love you.
I love you too.
I'm surprised you haven't had any more fake calls about guys being interested in you.
What? What are you talking about?
I mean that a few months ago you must have paid a guy to call me, to act like someone was actually interested in you. Like that would actually happen.
Victor is interested in me.
What do you mean he's interested in you?
We've been dating ever since you told him it was okay.
You what? You've been lying to me? I need to see pictures so that you aren't lying. Who would be interested in you? There's no way. That guy's more handsome than I am. You must have paid an actor. Actually, I see what's happening. That's not you in the picture. That woman is 10 times better looking than you.
Thanks?
What do you mean, thanks?
That is me and Victor.
No way. What did you do? Actually start taking care of yourself so that you could feel that you're doing better than me? Are you trying to turn this into a competition?
No, I'm just...
I want to close this relationship up now.
But
Are you listening to me? No more open relationships. You'll call him and tell him it's over.
Will you listen to me?
No, you little... Obviously you played me.
What are you talking about?
You let yourself go until I lost interest. Then once you pissed me off enough, you made me want an open relationship.
Are you high right now? Or drunk?
How dare you?
Well, your accusations are insane. I never wanted an open relationship. When you said you did, it almost crushed me.
Oh, sure. It's so clear from the man you started hooking up with. And since you aren't smart enough to realize it, I'm being sarcastic.
I can tell. You're about as subtle as an anvil.
How dare you try to use sarcasm on me? Know your place, woman.
I think I'm learning really quickly. I can't believe how foolish I've been.
Damn straight. Now I'm coming home, and you'll tell that bastard that you're not going to see him anymore. You will let him know that you're happily married and that you cheated on your husband.
That is not what happened, and he knows it.
You will tell him that you paid someone else to pretend to be me.
That doesn't even make sense. There was no time for me to arrange it.
I don't care. You will do what I say.
You realize that you'll have to stop sleeping around too.
Mind your own business, bitch.
Are you serious right now?
Do you want to see how serious I am?
I will only agree to it if you agree to stop sleeping with other women. Then we both have to get tested. Until all of that is done, I don't want you to touch me.
You are my wife, and I will do with you as I please.
Are you kidding? You've only gotten worse.
I'm the best thing to ever happen to you. Show some respect. Or do you want me to divorce you?
Actually, that would be great.
What?
A divorce definitely sounds like it is in order.
No way! I'm not going to divorce you. Although I could definitely do that if I wanted. After all, you gave me all of the proof I need to prove that you cheated on me.
What about all of the women you slept with? Do you think that won't count against you?
It's not wrong when a man does it because you wouldn't end up raising someone else's kid.
You've used more protection than you ever did, Jamie. There was virtually no chance of me getting pregnant.
I wouldn't be surprised if you were pregnant right now. This is your pathetic attempt at reverse psychology.
Oh, no, you figured me out.
Is that sarcasm?
Absolutely not. I don't want to disrespect you.
I knew it! I'm going to divorce you. I'm not about to raise your bastard child.
What will I do? How will our kids take this?
How do I even know they're mine? I'll bet this isn't the first time you've tricked me into something like this.
Well, I guess if you can't be sure, I'll just have to raise them myself.
That's right. You can just deal with the misery you made for yourself. I will not be coming back to you and those little creatures you made. Divorce papers will be on the way by the end of the week.
Hi, Victor.
Hi, Elise. How are you doing?
I'm doing not so well. Or maybe better than ever. I'm not sure.
What happened? Is there anything I can do to help?
I'm not going to ask you for anything other than a friendly ear.
You got it.
Jamie is going to divorce me. He said that the open marriage was all because of me.
What? Why would he say that?
My best guess, he got mad that I was dating someone as attractive as you. He also said that I looked attractive now. Then he blamed me for undermining our relationship.
He demanded an open marriage and it's now your fault?
That's what he thinks. He said if I looked as good as I did in the picture of you and me together, he wouldn't have wanted to sleep with other women.
I don't believe that's true at all. It's clear he's jealous.
Yeah, I think he thought I would be alone and he would be able to mess around while I took care of everything at home.
Actually, I'm sorry, but I actually looked into your husband. He works for my company.
What do you mean, he works for your company?
Well, we never talked about work, but I own the company that your husband works for.
Huh?
With a few thousand employees, I had no idea when I talked to him. And I'm sorry to tell you, but your husband has been having affairs much longer than just the last year or so. It pretty much started as soon as he started with the company.
What? How is that possible?
He doesn't really get any work done. The only reason he still has his job is because he's the nephew of the VP. In the past, he's caused quite a few problems, and HR has an incredibly long file on him.
I had no idea. How could I have been so stupid?
Because you loved him. I didn't tell you this to hurt you, though. I just don't want you to hurt because of the divorce.
Actually, I was pretty happy about that. After being with you, I realized that I was absolutely miserable with Jamie.
You mean you finally started to realize you deserved so much better?
I wouldn't say that. Just, I don't want to be miserable.
So what are you going to do now?
Well, obviously I'm not going to contest the divorce, but I've got some savings I can use to respond to his.
You're going to let him initiate it?
Of course. If I start the process, he'll fight it just to waste my money. If he files, though, it will be harder for him to take it back.
You're such a smart woman.
Thanks, but my marriage proves otherwise.
That was just love blinders keeping you from seeing what he was. Now that you know, I think that things will get much better for you.
Thank you, Victor. For everything.
Always. If you need anything, all you have to do is ask.
I don't want to do that to you. You have your own life to live.
I can't help but feel it is better with you in it. No pressure. Just know that when you're ready, I'm here for you. We can take it as slow as you like. Although, full disclosure, I really miss you.
I've missed you too. But first, I really need to get through this. My kids are going to need someone stable.
I understand, and I'll be there when you're ready.
I really appreciate it.
How could you do this to me?
Hi, Jamie. What do you need?
You have to stop this divorce. It's ruining me.
You started it, and you made it perfectly clear that you don't want to be with me.
Victor owns my company. You did that on purpose. Clearly, you've been out to ruin my life.
I think you did that pretty well on your own.
I wouldn't blow up my own life like this. Obviously, you had something to do with it.
All I did was agree to the divorce, and then not let you back out of it when you wanted to.
I won't let you ruin my life.
I can't stop you from destroying everything you touch.
They're sending me to the middle of nowhere. They're demoting me.
At least they aren't firing you. And don't worry, I'm not going to go for alimony or child support. After all, you don't think you are their father.
That's right. I won't pay you a dime. I hope you and your little bastards rot.
I wish you the best of luck. The divorce went through quickly when Jamie realized that he stood to lose a lot more by fighting me to stop the divorce. I had saved all of our conversations, including a lot of evidence of him insisting on an open marriage, but also showing how cruel he was to me. It was years before he decided to try to be a part of his kids' lives, but first he insisted on a DNA test. By that point, his sons didn't want anything to do with him. His daughter tried to give him a chance, but after he yelled at her and blamed her for their relationship being terrible, she stopped contacting him. It took a while, but Victor and I started dating again a few months after the divorce was finalized. Less than 2 years later, he proposed to me. We married a few months ago, and I'm pregnant with our first child together. He's been amazing with the kids, and they all think of him as their own father.